Hey guys!
Welcome back to our channel,
Plots with a Twist,
where we discuss books,
amongst other things. And today, what are we getting into?
A list for you guys. Our not even top, but books that have been on our to be read list for forever and we just haven't gotten into. And I feel like we all booktubers can relate to having those books that you're gonna read one day, but you just haven't gotten to them yet. They just are a constant.
It's a struggle. But yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that. So let's get into it. Okay, so yeah, for whatever reason, these books have sat on our list for some time. Some of them we're like, oh yes, let's read that next month. And then it didn't happen. Yeah. Especially when we started discussing my list. I got some books we was like discussing before we even started putting it on camera. But
see, I need to go back that far. I have some on my list that you have read and that I've read for forever.
So someone's been tackling your reading list, but I haven't been tackling my own. So, all right, you want to start then?
Okay, I'll start with one that is just, and I own the book too, so it's just like, girl, why haven't you gotten into it yet? And that is Homegoing by Yasi. And girl, I read her other book. What was it?
Transcendent Kingdom.
Yeah, I did end up reading that through Audible. Enjoyed it, and I don't know why I haven't gotten to this book. I think it's because I know it's a little heavy and you got to be in the mood for certain types of stories and things. So I know it's a good book. I know I'll probably enjoy it in the long run, but it's just one of those. It has been on my list for at least a few years now, and it's just getting out of control. But I'm gonna read it one day.
I think we had it. We were going to read it literally. What was that? 2018, 2017?
Yeah, I don't know. First came out. Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember reading part of it at work.
Back in the day when we used to read at work.
Right. Okay, that's a good one. That is one you need to get to. But yes, I understand. You gotta amp yourself up.
You gotta get ready.
All right, so mine is I'll get the first obvious one out the way. I feel like I've said this multiple videos where we've discussed TBR, books we haven't read yet. And that's The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho.
I read that, and it's so short too.
I know. But I was gonna say similar to I was gonna say similar to Homegoing, but that's not even the case because it's not necessarily a heavy book. It's not necessarily a long book. I just haven't read it. Maybe I'm not in a point where I want to learn from the books in that way. But that's the thing I learned from. I don't know what's stopping me from reading this book. I'm gonna set a goal, but yeah, I just haven't read it. I haven't read it. I have no reason. I haven't read it. So that's that one.
Okay, so another one on my list is one that I bought it at the book sale a few years ago, and I think I made Kristen buy it too. And I know she hasn't read it, but it's a historical fiction, and it's All the Light You Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. And I don't know. I know that it's gotten good reviews. Everybody that I hear talks about that book says that it makes them cry and all that other stuff. And I don't know. I started reading it one day and I just never picked it back up. But I do own the book, like I said, so I'm gonna get to it eventually. And I think it is one I will enjoy too. So I don't know why I haven't gone ahead. I feel like after a while you're kind of like, that has to go towards the end of the pile. I got other stuff. I got other book priorities. So that's that one for me.
Okay. So yeah, I think I own all my books I'm mentioning too, except for one. And the one that I don't own, this particular author has been on my list forever. And I don't know why I haven't really tackled any of his books. I'm a fan of some of the work that has been produced as a result of his books. And that is Neil Gaiman. So the book that in particular I'd like to start with his is American Gods. I know it's gone on to be this Showtime show. I think it's on Showtime or one of those platforms. Yeah. One of those streaming services. But I was immediately intrigued by that. I enjoy Coraline. I enjoyed what's some of his other books? Like I know an Amazon show, Good Omens. Like so much work has been produced off of his books. I know some of those he co-wrote, and some of them have illustrated. Like that's very much my vibe. I just have not read it. I don't know, but American Gods I'm specifically interested in because of understanding what the show was about. I was like, oh, that'd be interesting to tackle in the book. So, and I know it's a series. So, hey, even more books to add to the list. So that's that one.
Okay, so for me, I think I only own 3 out of the 5, so that's good. Another one that's on my list is a book that Kristen has read, and I said I was gonna read, and I just didn't get back to it, and that's Children of Blood and Bones by Tony Adeyemi. Oh, you know that's on the list too, but I'm not even gonna.
Okay, yes, you do need to read Children of Blood and Bones.
Yeah, because it's just one of those books that I feel like has been circulating the book world for a long time. It has gotten nothing but good reviews. So yeah, I do want to go ahead and get that out the way because I think she's on the 3rd one now. Or no?
So the 3rd one should be hopefully coming out soon. So yeah, get on.
So yeah, by the time she's finished with the 3rd one, I'll go ahead and just start from
just
the beginning.
knock it out.
Go ahead and go through all of them. But yeah, that's another one on my list, a popular one.
Okay. So another one on my list, it's I think it came on my radar around the time where it was all like 7 this and 7 that and 7 whatever. So it popped up with one of those books, and that's The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. Have you seen that?
No.
Well, it came on my radar or was added to my list around the time I was reading The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Because I guess the titles popped up together. But I think this one is more of a suspense. So I don't know. I don't know why I haven't read it. I want to say I purchased it on a Kindle deal. Like, ooh, that was one of the first books I purchased on a Kindle deal. Mind you, it had already been on my TBR list for about a good year or 2 before I even purchased the Kindle. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, perfect opportunity to go ahead and tackle this book. And I don't know, I just have not read it. It's a book I still see circulating around, and obviously if you got a Kindle deal on it, it's circulating that way too. So I don't know. You don't even know what I'm talking about, huh? I'm gonna show you the cover and then you're gonna be like, oh yeah,
probably. Okay, so another one on my list is one that's been on my list for forever. I feel like just since it's come out and then they made it into a movie and stuff, it's just one of those. I feel like when I got right back into reading books, I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna read this because it's like prestigious and whatnot. And that's the Kite Runner by Kevin Hassini, and I do own that one.
That was on. We literally had it.
Yeah, and we bought it from the book sale like shortly after having it.
And we actually named it like in a video, I think. It was on our...
We were going to read it and just never... It's been years.
Years.
And it sits on my shelf just waiting for me to crack it open. So, yeah, that's one of those like... If you're an avid reader, I feel like you've probably read it. So, I don't know. I'm going to get to it. It's just so many other things. And
I think it's a heavier book.
Yeah.
Especially how they described it in the reading list.
Oh yeah,
it was like it breaks your heart. And it's like,
do I want my heart broken right now?
Right.
I don't know about that. So,
I have a habit of reading like sad books around Christmas time.
Why?
I don't know. It's been a trend for the past couple of years. Okay, next on my list is a book that I got a book you read that I haven't read. And it's because it's nonfiction.
Oh, wow.
And it's because it's hard for me to do this. But I am, I have the physical book. So I am going to do the audio book one day. And that's Becoming by Michelle Obama. That has been on my book. It's been on my list since it came out. And honestly, I even had an opportunity. I think I got invited to when she did like a book tour. I could have gone and that probably would have hyped me up to read it. But I just didn't read it. And I don't know what is stopping me because I do know. Because it's a memoir. It's autobiography And y'all see my reluctance with reading other autobiographies. I have read some though. I read Matthew McConaughey. I read Will Smith. I'm gonna do it. You know what? It's an autobiography of a political figure. That's what it is. And even though she herself isn't in politics, she's politics adjacent. And I don't care for politics.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's part of life, but I don't care to necessarily read about it. I know that's not what she's discussing. Hey, but that's in my mind. It's a
very small part of her book.
Okay. It's on the list. It'll get read. So that's becoming.
Okay, so next on my list is another book that Kristen has read, and she thinks all of that. But I'm gonna read it because it's actually this is a book I've actually been carrying around with me for a few days. But then I picked up another book by this author, and I'm reading that first. But it's Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. And I'm gonna read it, y'all. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna get into the Grisha verse or whatever it's called. But right now I'm reading King of Scars. And I got that from the library. So I'm like, let me finish that. And then I'll go back and read Six of Crows and Cricket Kingdom and all that. So don't get on me. I know I need to read it, y'all. I know it's good and all the things.
It seems like maybe we need to just stop buying books.
I know.
It's hard.
No, because I was about to ask, like, when's the next book sale? Like, I feel
right.
like
we should look it up.
soon.
Like, let's go to Goodwill. Let's go.
Right. Like, I need more. But, yeah.
So, the last one I have, let's see. Do I want to do a book I mentioned before? No, let me do one I haven't mentioned before. So this one has been on my list for some time. I think I had a period where I was trying to be like, oh, I want to tackle this series. I want to tackle this series. I want to tackle this series. So I was really much very much into series at the time. And I don't know what it is about series now for me that is just overwhelming. Like, shows even, I'm like, I used to love when a show had 8, 9, 10 seasons. That's the one for me. But now I'm like, it got 3 seasons. Okay, I could do that. So, but this made it on my list. I think it's still in production. Like I think it's still going, but it's a series that was started some time ago, and that's Legend by Marie Lu. Honestly, I don't even know what it's about. It was just one of those like must-read series, must-read books at the time. And I was like, oh, I like series. I like dystopic futures. I like, kind of fantasy-based, whatever. So it just made it to my list. And I think I saw it at Goodwill. So I bought it. And I still never read it. So it's there. It's there. It's still on the list. It's there. All right. So that's pretty much it. Let us know what books have been sitting on your TBR list forever. This is just literally like 1%. Right. This is literally probably like 1% of the books that have been sitting on our TBR list. It's like squirrel. You get sidetracked by those new pretty books that come out, and hey, they make it to your list a little bit sooner.
Exactly.
Unfairly. But hey, it happens. Like this video, subscribe, ring the bell, and we'll be back next time. Bye.